Oh, they figure it out pretty quick. You know, when you live in Clemson, and you know it's a small state, it's when it comes to in a small area here, so you get hit with it pretty quick. Both sides, whether you go to Columbia or you're here in Clemson, I mean, you go to either one of those schools, it's just a natural thing. It's a goal of its own. So don't have to do a whole lot of explaining. And then obviously, as these guys play and they get a little experience in the game, they understand how much it means to both sides and all the people, you know, in the state. So don't have to explain a whole lot. But for us, it's the next game. I mean, it's a huge game. It's a goal. I mean, it's a best of one for us. It's been playoff football for a long time for us, every single week. So it's just you know, being excited to have a chance to go win again, regardless of who you play. But this one just always has a little extra juice in it because it's the team you probably know more about than any other team because you share the same state, and you know everywhere you go, you're gonna get hit with this on both sides. So you can't help but figure it out when you get here.
Hey, Dabo, now that you've been through it, are you a fan of the 2-week open dates?
Oh, I'm a huge fan. I love the 2 open dates. It seemed like in 15. I don't know that we had 2 true open dates, but we had like 16 days off before we played Notre Dame, I think, and maybe another Thursday game or something. We've had a couple of weird schedules, but I think it's the first time that I can remember that we've had 2 true open days. So I love it. I think it's great. I mean, we've had some of these years where we've been on fumes into the ACC. I think one year, I can't remember if it was 15 or 16, but we played 10 in a row. 15. We played 10 in a row, and we were literally, we weren't empty, but we were on a quarter tank, and thank goodness we had just enough gas left in us to get across the line there, and then went into postseason. But so yeah, I love it. The calendar's messed up this year. The whole calendar. It's the way everything. The ACC championship game's a week later. Everything is, our whole December's different than what it's been. The national championship's a week later. It's just everything is very different for us. I mean, how we do bowl prep, you know, as far as when we start practice, and all, it's a very different thing. I've usually given our guys a lot of time off after the ACC championship game, but we're not going to be able to have as much time this year. We're going to probably have to start on that Friday. I think last year we started on the following Wednesday. Just, again, we had a whole other week. We just don't have that. So it's good here, but it's bad on the back end from a finals and prep standpoint, recruiting. You know, it's a lot to manage for us. I ain't complaining because, you know, we have recruiting conflicts because we're in that ACC championship game, and we really only have a few days before the dead period. So, but that's first world problems, as they say. That's a good problem. We'll live without one.
It'd be a little strange to see Tavian on the other sidelines.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of seen him, you know, all year, so kind of past that, you know, this is game 12, so just go play the game and wished him well in all of them, but this one.
Coach, T. Higgins didn't make the Blitnikoff list. Of course, he hasn't played in many fourth quarters this season, and you spread the ball around a lot, but it seems like none of your players really get caught up in stats or individual awards from Trevor Lawrence and the Heisman right on down. Is that something you recruit, or is that something that kind of rubs off in the culture that you
I just think that's our culture. You know, I really do. And you recruit that too. I mean, you recruit, you know, guys that fit the culture. But yeah, I mean, I know Travis Etienne didn't make the final. I mean, if there's a running back award and Travis Etienne in the finals of it, I mean, what a joke. I mean, really, this guy's. But you just wait and see who gets drafted first. You know, he's in the type of career he's going to have. I mean, it's unbelievable. I think Travis is like 0.2 yards off the all-time in the history of college football yards per carry for a career. And he leads the country in yards per carry. He's got 65 less carries than everybody else who's in their top up there, 65. So that's like 4 games of carries for Travis. Can you imagine what he'd do with 4, get more games? I don't know what the leader is, but he'd be over that. This guy is off the chart special. And so, I mean, you know, but it just is what it is. I mean, he's the best back in the country. You know, Trevor Lawrence didn't make first team All ACC last year. Not sure who did, but I know Trevor didn't. So how'd that work out for Trevor? He did all right. He went on to win a national championship, and I think at the end of the day, that's what matters to these guys. You know, we don't get caught up in all the individual stuff. I just got I was just at a conversation. I don't even know if it's out. I did an interview the other day.
Sporting news.
You're not saying that. I have a particular player that I think is going to be. You know, should I not say that? I'll say it later. Check back with me on that. I won't steal the thunder. But yeah, some of these award things, they just kind of make me scratch my head. But anyway, who was T. Higgins? I mean, he's as good as we've ever had, and also even better young man. And he all he wants to do is win. There's a better receiver out there than him. Hey, everybody's got an opinion, but I'm taking T. And when that draft rolls around, you'll see him line up, take him too. He's special.
Do you have any opinion on like the timing of when these awards are voted on, like the Heisman, whether like especially in a playoff era they should be perhaps
I mean,
the actual season?
I mean, don't y'all think Deshaun Watson should have won a Heisman? I mean, come on. He was by far the best player in the country. And he proved it, earned it on the field. You know, so I think, you know, probably waited till after the season and made a vote on it. You know, it'd been pretty obvious. But half these people that vote don't even watch the games. They just look at stat lines or they look at this. I mean, Travis Etienne's had 4 carries in the fourth quarter in 11 games. So, I mean, it's just, if you really know what you're looking at, I mean, it's just, it's incredible. You know, how some of those things are decided and all that stuff. But Trevor, is he on any awards? I don't even know if he's up for any awards. He's a
semifinalist.
I don't even know if he'll make first team All ACC this year. He's
Davey O'Brien.
Is he a Davey O'Brien?
Semifinal.
He's not a finalist.
Not a finalist? Didn't make it. Didn't make the cut. We ain't worried about no awards. The only ones we wanted is every game from here on out, they hand a trophy out after the game for the rest of our way, and that's what our guys are focused on. Anything else that comes with it, great. But nobody's distracted by that.
Going back to rivalries, is that part of what makes college football great? You know, you look at the Big 12. You know, Texas A&M don't play each other anymore. Are you concerned just on a broader level about the rivalries going away in the future? Do you think they're going to stay for years and years to come?
I cannot say that I'm concerned at all. I got too many other things to be concerned about. I don't really sit around and think about it, but I'm not really worried about it either. I mean, just thinking about answering the question now, I mean, I can't imagine Alabama, Auburn not playing, or Clemson, South Carolina not playing, Florida State not playing. You know, I'm not really sure why Texas A&M don't play. I don't know if somebody got their feelings hurt. I'm not really sure what happened there. It's kind of silly, but I think it's definitely, you know, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. I mean, I feel sorry for the players who don't get a chance to be a part of a true rivalry like we have here. I mean, because it is a really cool thing to be a part of when you have so many people that are invested and so passionate about an outcome of a football game. I think it's just it's a blast to be a part of it. And again, it's a very natural thing for me because I've literally since I was born, I've been a part of it. I mean, literally. You know, it was I always joke when you're born in Alabama, you don't leave the hospital till they stamp you. You're either Alabama or Auburn, or you don't leave. They just keep you there. You got to declare right there. And so I just so happened to be Alabama. My mom and dad were Alabama, and that's what I was, and that's how I was raised, and was just eat up with it, you know, and I wanted to be a part of it, and then get a chance to be a part of 13 Alabama-Auburn games was special. And had never in a million years that I, think I'd end up at Clemson, and now I'm in my 17th Clemson-South Carolina game. So it's awesome. So my whole life I've been a part of, like, this just feels normal. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have, you know, this feeling, because all games are huge. They're all big. Every game you're so invested in your team, but this game's just different. I mean, it's just a lot more juice to it, and so I just think it's awesome to be a part of it.